Stink and the Freaky Frog Freakout by McDonald. Chapter 5. Ready to Rivet. On Tuesday, Stink Moody, frog genius, passed his test with flying colors. Frog test, that is. Now if only he could pass a putting your head under the water swimming test too. On Wednesday, Stink got wet, up to but not including his nose. He dipped his left and right ear in the water. He leaned way back and got his hair wet. "Go, Stink," said Cammy, his swim teacher. "Now let's see if you can blow bubbles." Stink blew bubbles with his mouth. He almost, just about, not quite blew bubbles with his nose. Almost. Someday, Stink would even get his eyeballs wet. He wished he had gills like a tadpole. He wished he could breathe through his skin like a frog. Ribbit. Stink could not wait for Frog Friday. At last it was Friday night. Frog night. Time for the first annual Frog Neck Lake frog count. At 3 minutes before sunset, Stink loaded up his backpack, flashlight, backup flashlight, pen, thermometer, timer, tape recorder, and at 7 minutes after sunset, Stink called Frog Assistant Number 1 and Frog Assistant Number 2, aka Webster and Sophie of the Elves. "Meet me at the Frog Neck Lake parking lot. T-minus 27 minutes and counting." When Dad dropped him off, Stink ran over to Sophie and Webster. The parking lot was humming with frog counters. There was a white-haired guy wearing a headlamp, a couple with matching t-shirts that said "Virginia is for frogs," and a teenager with froggy rain boots. "People sure are freaky frogs, huh?" said Webster. Jasper waved Stink over. "Stink, thanks for coming, dude. You guys are right on time. Hey, before I forget, I have something for you." He handed Stink a plastic bag with 2 comic books. "I had a couple extras. Thought you might like them. Amazing Spider-Man comic book number 414. From Darkness Strikes, Delilah. Whoa, she's the one who brought Dr. Octopus back to life. In the other one," said Jasper, "Spidey shrinks down to spider size." "Wow, thanks." Stink put them away in his backpack for safekeeping. "And here's your official frog log," said Jasper. "Frog log, cool beans," said Stink. Jasper showed Stink where to write down the time and the temperature, and don't forget sky, rain, and wind conditions. Stink nodded. "Listen up, everybody," said Jasper. "It's time to head out and spread out. Don't forget, use your thermometers to record air temps. Set your timers to 5 minutes. Then record what species you hear on the ACI. That's the Amphibian Calling Index. Got it?" Everybody nodded. "Are you ready to ribbit?" asked Jasper. A light rain fell. The night air smelled like worms. Croak, croak. The pond was a symphony of frogs. Stink filled in his frog log. Time, 7:56 p.m. Temp, 55 degrees. Sky code, 5 for light rain drizzle. Stink licked his finger and held it in the air to check the wind. Wind code, 2, gentle breeze. "Shooey! There must be 1,000,000 frogs out here," said Sophie. "Yeah, maybe they're singing bedtime songs," said Stink, "like a frog sleepover." "They don't sound sleepy to me," said Webster. He put his hand in his ears. "Guys, the number 1 rule of frog counting is quiet. Frogs will stop singing if we make too much noise. When I start the timer, we have to be quiet for 5 minutes. 5 whole minutes?" asked Webster. "Sophie, you hold the umbrella over me," said Stink. "Why does she get to hold the umbrella?" asked Webster. "Because she's Frog Assistant Number 2. But Frog Assistant Number 1 gets to hold the flashlight, so I can see what I'm writing." Stink set the timer. He tilted his head, closed his eyes, and listened. Peeper frogs peeped, and chorus frogs preeped. Leopard frogs laughed, and green frogs thrummed like they were playing the banjo. Ka-twang, ka-twang. Stink made a tick in his notebook for each kind of frog he heard. "What do you hear?" Webster asked. "I hear you," said Stink. "I'm bored," said Webster. "Wait, I hear a dog barking," said Stink. "Noise level 2. I hear a car on the road, said Sophie. Nose level 3. For car noise, said Stink. I hear a cat, said Webster. It's probably a bullfrog, said Stink. When a bullfrog is scared, it sounds like a cat. Now it sounds more like a cow. Is it true you can hear them, like a mile away? And is it true that one bullfrog can eat a whole snake? And is it true? Noise level 6 for the talking assistant. Oops. Webster held his hand over his mouth. He aimed the flashlight at the sky. Webster, the light, I can't see. Stink made a mark for a spring peeper. But I thought I saw a shooting star, said Webster, and my arm is tired. At least you're not holding the umbrella, said Sophie, switching hands. My arm's about to fall off. Shh, said Webster. I hear something. He trained the light on the woods behind them. Just then, all three friends heard a sound coming from the trees. Snap! Bobcat, Webster dared to whisper. Or a vampire flying frog, Sophie whispered. Snap, snap, twigs snapped, leaves crunched underfoot. Maybe it's a moose, said Webster. There's no mice, I mean moose, in Virginia, said Stink. Maybe it's a moose frog, said Webster. No such thing, said Stink. Snap, crunch. The not moose was getting closer. Stink pricked up his ears. Closer, closer. Ah! All three kids screamed. Webster dropped the flashlight. Sophie's umbrella went flying. Hi, guys, said Jasper. Jasper, said Stink, you scared our pants off. We thought you were a moose, said Sophie, or a moose frog, said Webster. Sorry, didn't mean to sneak up on you. Just came over to see how it's going. Great, said Stink. So far I heard 6 peeper frogs, 1 big fat bullfrog, and a bunch of others too. See? Good job, said Jasper, shining a light on Stink's notebook. Let me know if you hear any barking tree frogs. They're pretty much in danger now, but you never know. Thank you, guys. As soon as Jasper left, Webster pulled off his hood and shifted from foot to foot. I'm wet, said Webster. I'm cold, said Sophie. I'm hungry, said Stink. The frogs got quiet. Not a peep. Let's count marshmallows, said Stink. It's in our hot chocolate. Dr. Krockenstein and the Zombie Toad of Doom by Stinky E. Moody. Dr. Krockenstein conducts an evil experiment in his lab. Brain of lizard, feet of gecko, wart of toad, zap! In an unseen corner, yikes! Behold, the zombie toad of doom, spreading doom and gloom through the night. Meanwhile, Stink Frog is out looking for lunch when, ack! This was no fly, radioactive lightning bug. Zzzt! Stink Frog glows in the dark. This little light of mine. Way to glow, Stink Frog. The end.